life is pretty simple. I don't do restaurants, I don't do hotels. This is my house, this is my kitchen, and this is all I need. And the simpler I get, the more I enjoy it. My name is Franco. I come from Argentina. I'm 28 years old. Five years ago, November 2012, I started a road trip with Clarita, this Volkswagen bus, 1985, which I named after my sister, with the idea to connect southern Argentina, that's where I come from, with northern America, let's say Alaska. So I started in Buenos Aires, which is central Argentina pretty much. I drove 2,000 miles south to reach the southern tip of Argentina, which is the southern tip of Americas. And then I started heading north. I did Chile. I crossed all Argentina again to go to Brazil, Paraguay, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia. I crossed the Darien there, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Belize, Mexico, Cuba, the States, Canada, Alaska, and right now I'm on my way back. So I did all Canada again and just entered the States. We're in Montana. Welcome to the house. This is a little sink I did, storage, where I have some, everything I used to cook, some yerba mate. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. It's a typical South American drink, yerba mate. It's an infusion. And over here, this is the room, the living room, the kitchen, everything. I know the house is small, but the yard is gigantic. So it's hard to collect things when you live in a van because the space is really reduced. And something that I like to take from every country are the license plates. So, as you could see, there's a little collection of all the countries. In the case of Mexico, the States and Canada, there's a license plate per state, which makes it more interesting. Every license plate has a story, has people behind, and every time I see them, I see people, I see what happened and experience. So that's my hobby now, to collect license plates. It hasn't been that easy. At the beginning, I come from a different lifestyle. I was working at an office, did my degree in marketing in school, and I was from 9 to 6 working at the office, from 7 to 11 going to school at night. And before I finished my degree, I knew staying at the office 9 hours a day wasn't my life, my dream. So then I decided to buy this old Volkswagen bus, not because I really wanted it, was the only thing I could afford. And I bought it, it was burned into fire, and that's where the adventure began. You meet all kind of people, super diverse, people you want to meet, people you don't want to meet. And I have millions of stories because it's 5 years, and on these 5 years, every day is a new life because you know where you wake up, you don't know where you will sleep. Well, restoring the bus didn't take that long because I just wanted to leave. So all I did is I put a bed, I let the mechanic finish the engine. I had no clue about mechanics, I had no clue about tools or anything. I thought I was living with the best car, but the truth is that it broke the first day. 10 blocks after I left my home, it was even in my neighborhood still. I could see my mom from the mirror. And I thought that was it. My whole trip was over 10 minutes after, But then that was the best, I guess, challenge when I realized that I could quit there or I could continue and figure it out. When people ask about the favorite place, you can't compare. And what I realized too is that the people make the place. You can go to the place that is supposed to be the nicest, but if you meet the wrong people, they could make it, a nightmare. And vice versa. I went to countries where I wasn't supposed to go because they were dangerous, because they were poor, because this and that. And at the end, people were so great that they made that experience the best. The thing is that when we hear about countries, we don't hear it from people who have been there. So media in that way plays a really tricky game. With this, I'm not saying that things don't happen in those countries. I mean, things are happening all over the world. So what are the options? Don't move from your house, stay there forever. Maybe you're safe, or just go see what's going on with your own eyes. I guess in my mind, it wasn't easy to start this trip because I studied a commercial career to work in the office, and it's not easy, or it wasn't easy for me just to show up in a park and make money. So on this trip, I proposed to myself to be humble enough to do all kinds of jobs, whatever. The purpose is to continue traveling. And I did work in the construction, I did work in car shops, I worked selling beer or sandwiches at the beach in different countries, and restaurants, hotels, doing all kinds of stuff. And then in Paraguay, I realized that I needed to make money while I was moving, rather than staying in one place 4 months and then traveling 2 months. It was gonna take forever. So in Paraguay, I turned Clarita, this bus, into a food truck. And since then, I've been selling steak sandwiches. And that's my main income. And in addition to that, I sell shirts, stickers, hats. I sell shirts, all of course about Volkswagen. This is Clarita's license plate. And also hats. This one has the logo of a trip. Rutas Salvajes means wild roads. And it's fun. It's fun to go, people like it. It's a nice setup, and it calls your attention, and the sandwiches are really good. You must try them. So welcome to the bar. This is the grill over here. I typically use it over here. Here I have all the salsa and stuff and bread. We have some music. All this is, I take it away. This means you measure a trip in friends, not in miles. It's kind of a phrase that I liked of this trip. I started with $1,500, which I thought it was going to be a lot of money because of a conversion. But the truth is, they last nothing. And it's not important how much money you have, it's important how many tools you have to make that money. About religion, that's very personal, and whatever makes people feel good, that's better. Well, at the end, it's not about what do you think, what I think. We all care about if you are doing well, I will probably doing well, and all we need is people in this world to be doing well, no matter religion or thoughts or whatever. I realized on this trip that, this is a trip where I've been helped a lot, so I could say I'm in debt with the world. But it's more, it's hard, I don't know how to say it in English, but it's more, I feel happier when I help someone else than when someone else helps me. So that's what I will try to do from now on in life in general, be more generous with people, not because of them, because of me, because that makes me feel better. And that's another thing of media, we are selling a tricky, selfish humanity that's how I left home thinking, and people were, of course, my circle, my family, my friends, even in school, I remember a professor making laugh of me in front of everybody, saying, like, you think people are just nice and they're gonna help you out? And I didn't think that, of course not. I thought it was gonna be tough, but people were amazing. So I believe in that, in people. And all I wanna do, or try to do, is to continue that amazing people line and try to be one of them. If somebody asks about traveling, first of all, I would recommend this car. Not mine because I don't sell it, but this type of bus. It's amazing, it's big enough, it's cheap or expensive enough, it's easy to it's easy to fix, to get supplies. I didn't know anything about mechanics, and now I do my own maintenance in the bus, I'm really proud of it. And also, I guess this is the more important thing, is that there's a huge community in this air-cooled Volkswagen world, that wherever you go, wherever, every country, every town, every city, you have someone there you can contact through like social network or whatever. And you know, at least you have a place to stay, a hot shower, which it sounds crazy, but it's not something we have every day, a soup, a tea. So I became a fan of these kind of cars, and the truth is that if I made it to Alaska and all the way down here, it's because these people helped me a lot. So this is also a good way to say thank you to all the Volkswagen crew, and that's another thing. Now it's my turn to, every time I see someone else, try to help them out, you know, give back what I got. All of those who want to follow the trip, on Facebook it's called Rutas Salvajes, which again, it means wild roads. Is the English fine?
English is great.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. That was very good.
Thank you.